right, good morning. Thank you for coming back for this episode. Today's date is February 15, 2026. It's 12:37 in the morning right now. I just pulled a few cards just to see. Just wanted to see. Somebody um somebody is blocked themselves mentally. Like somebody doesn't know like what to do creatively to recover or rebound from some type of financial loss. They don't know how to rebound. They don't know what to do to build that money back up. Like they were in the money and then the money did a downswing and they don't know now like how to get it back up. So I'm guessing that whatever they were doing they can't do no more. And that's why they like that money can't come up that way, right? So if you for instance was making money selling drugs and now you're being watched, you can't make money selling drugs because now you're being watched. Like you if you still doing it and you know you're being watched, your ass is going to prison, period. Or you can figure out another way to make that money. Well, this person had another way to make the money, but they didn't see it as a blessing. They didn't see the blessing. They didn't know what the blessing was, maybe. Because in order for it to be perceived, it had to first be like known of, like it had to be brought to the attention, or somebody give you a hint or something. But this person didn't understand what they had. They actually had the answer in the palm of their hand, but they were so petty and they were so self-righteous, like a know-it-all. Like they didn't allow that person to help, or they didn't work with that person. They could have worked with that person, or because the Eight of Pentacles is here too, because they could have worked together at some point. But whatever they were doing for work, the know-it-all was unfair. Like it puts me in the mind of like they work together, they run their own business, but majority of the work, like the accounting, the like let's say the financing and the planning and the marketing, the more major uh, building points in a business, the more major departments in a business were the other person's responsibility. So it was like all of this money is coming in. This person is doing all the work to make sure that the money stays in and is used correctly, and the other person's not doing much of anything at all. So it's really unbalanced, really unfair, And then that person, because they're know-it-all, they were a perfectionist. So the things that they weren't doing, they were managing the other person doing. Like like this is a partnership. You don't manage me in a partnership. Like you also need to be doing your job. Like if I have a job, you also have a job. Like you're supposed to be doing it, but this person wasn't doing anything. They were poor management. They were poorly managing their own time by wasting their time, by overseeing this other person's work. Oh, you're supposed to be doing the marketing. Show me what that looks like. Like, Okay, we can bounce that off each other at any time. But at the same time, did you complete woo woo woo? Because we've been waiting for 2 months for that. Where's that at? But you're more interested in, like, I'm over here working, like, but your work is not being seen. You're not carrying the one and dividing by two. Like, you're not, let's see the work. And this person doesn't have any work done. The other person is seeking a balance and a cooperation, but this person is like, they don't have any creativity. Like, they're not putting in anything. They don't know what to do to put in. That's bad news. Like, this other person can be as hopeful, the partner can be as hopeful as possible, but that doesn't mean that this person is going to actually show up and do their job. You can be hopeful all you want. I mean, yes, it's great to be in a positive, like, headspace, blah, 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 but let's be realistic too. Like, this person's not showing a solid foundation of where they are good at managing, they're good at making decisions, they're not showing up as a boss. And that's what you need. You the one with the creativity. So it's one person that has the creativity, the energy, the drive, willpower, like the discipline. And then you got another person that doesn't have all those things. It's like they don't belong together. Well, I spoke right on time, not too soon. I spoke right on time. Yeah. 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 The other person realized that they're the ones that's doing 90% of the work. So the other person is well aware that they don't need the person that's just managing that. Like, I can never understand managing your partner, but that's some lazy, I don't know what to do type of shit. Like, so the judgment is the other person is gone. They're done. They're done. Like, this person, they don't know what they're doing. They have a creativity block. They don't appreciate the other person doing all the work. And on top of that, like, they're mismanaging the money, and they're just kind of annoying too. Like, there is so many things like stacked up on top of each other. Like, yeah, that's a partner from hell. Like, yeah, that would annoy me immediately. Like, you don't do shit but run your goddamn mouth talking about how you a owner, but you don't do no work. And then the work that you claim that you are supposed to be doing, like, you don't even really know how to even get started because you've never done it before. All you did was pop your chops and talk. It was talking a good game. And then when you are, it's like when he or she, it doesn't matter. It's like when he is talking, like, he's just rude. It's not about the work. It's about everything but that. Like, and then the commentary is just mindless, brainless poison, like venomous words, just thoughtless, immature, abusive, negative, just this other person is looking like, how in the hell did I end up with you? Like, trying to build a business with a person like this that's completely negative. Oh, and they're broke. Because, well, of course they are. They're piss poor with money. They piss poor. They don't it's like they don't know how to budget money. You can't be a business owner and you don't know how to budget money. You can't. It doesn't fit. You got to know the basics of cash flow. Basics of cash flow. Like, I didn't say like high level accounting here. You just got to know the basics. And this person doesn't know the basics. And also, he's so stubborn and unappreciative that he's even working with people that do, that he's not even asking for help. Because he's just so greedy and self-righteous. He or she truly feels like their job is to just bug their other owners. That's it. That's my job, is to manage you. Again, these people are like, that's not your job. Like, and I would say that too if I was building a company with this person. Like, that is not your job. I would never have ever gone into a business with you if I knew that your idea of being a boss is managing a boss. And not only that, a boss that knows more than you do. Because at least I have the basics of cash flow. Like, you don't even have that. But you want to manage me. Like, I couldn't do it. And they can't either. They can't either. They gone. Like, you are not going to sit here. I need you to get it from over my shoulder. I need you to get away from me. Because and that's the other thing. Like, you in the presence of beings that are willing to show you too. Like, but this person doesn't function like that mentally. They're immature. So instead of being grateful to be in the presence of insert a person who could train you doing insert an occupation, this person is like arrogant and, like I said, really believes that managing people that know more than them is actually their job. Mismanagement. Yeah. Like, the emperor in reverse. Mismanagement. Like, not even paying attention that, like, that is not a good use of manpower hours. Like, that is not at all a good use. Like, if you're in a business together, you need all staff to contribute. This person just doesn't have that factor. They don't have what it takes to do the job. They don't. They're not positive either. Like, prosperity begins with positivity. And this person is completely unable to be positive. Like, they can't be positive because they're so immature mentally. They don't know how to be positive. It's all about the look of being an owner of a business and That's how funds are being mismanaged, because it's not about how you look. It's not about the car you drive. Like, these are funds that we need to reinvest back into the company. And this person is just spending it trying to look apart. It's, and not doing any work. Like, throw the whole fucking person out, please. Like, how does this make sense, sir, man? Like, this is stupidity. It's never gonna make sense. Just holding these people back, holding this business back by wasting all the money and time. This person is exhausted. The other person, they're just exhausted. They're tired of dealing with this person. This is hell. Like I said, this is hell. For real. They just realize that they are in business with the devil. Like, because this is hell. Like, I imagine that, yeah, that's one of the levels of hell. I don't care. Like, for real. Recovery is here twice, but this person, the only way that they can recover is really to realize that they don't know everything, and that their concept of business ownership is rather delusional, you know? Well, I guess not delusional, because at some point you do make it to a point where you have enough money to live that way, where you can splurge money and stuff and buy Range Rovers and, have your clothes tailored in Milan and stuff like that. But if you're if you are in business with partners, you're not at that level. And this person definitely isn't at that level, because he doesn't have the basics of cash flow down. So there's that. They're refusing to see themselves differently. Refusing to see themselves differently, that way that they can progress and move forward and actually be beneficial. But they can't, because of their immaturity. Yeah, they're unprofessional. Yeah. Yeah, lack of discretion. They're unprofessional. And that's hard to deal with, because it's like, well, maybe this person is doing the job right? But all day, all they're talking about is misogynistic shit, right? This is just an example, obviously. So maybe they are doing the job right. But all day, like every time they're talking to their partners, they're busting misogynistic jokes, and their point of view is misogynistic, and it's demeaning and abusive, and or borderline violent, and that makes the people around this person uncomfortable. But because they are all men, this person believes like it's acceptable the way that I'm speaking, because we're all guys. It's the boys club, the good old boys club. We're all wealthy men. We all feel like this about women. And they're more like analytical and logical and professional. Like, they might agree on some of those things, but this isn't the arena that where we need to be discussing it, right? This is arena where we're supposed to be working. But this person doesn't know what to do as far as work. So it's like cooler talk all day long. You know, maybe they do know what they're doing, but it's still cooler talk all day long. I want to say this person has no idea what they're doing. I really feel that way deep down. Like this person doesn't know what they're doing. And they're filling in the blank moments and blank spaces with awkward conversation and awkward actions that are unprofessional. Oh, wow. This person is a nightmare. So not only are they like stingy and self-righteous and unwise and negative, on top of that, they're overly sensitive. So if you come say something to them about their behavior, their words, like their actions or whatever, if you address something with this person, they're going to get overly sensitive about it and want to fight. Or maybe they might give you the cold shoulder for 6 months. Their whole demeanor changes. Like also making an uncomfortable environment. Like, so you can't even say anything about that. Like this person is hell. I'm telling you. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. I don't blame this person or the other person at all. I don't know if it's more than one person that they're in business with or just one. But either way, I don't blame this person for leaving and saying, hey, I can't do this. I can't even talk to you. They're going to have to actively deal with it. Like literally, they're going to have to bite that and go to this person and say, hey, like, I can't do this anymore. I'm not sorry. You are hell on wheels. Like, disillusionment is the last card. Disillusionment. Finally telling them, like, hey, this is what we see you are. This is what we see you as. That dealing with you within the next 7 years will be filing for bankruptcy because you don't know what you're doing. And you're not like putting anything in, and you know, the whole thing I just said, like actually addressing it head on instead of the alternative, you know, either continuing in the same loop-de-loo that they're annoyed with, or acting like this person is going to change themselves, because they're not. The only way this person is going to see, and I mentioned that, they have to see it for what it is. The only way they're going to be able to actually see it is if somebody shows it to them and says, here's a clue. You're negative as fuck. Like, you're bizarre and you're weird and like you talk weirdly and like a lot of the stuff you say we don't think is funny, cute, or anything of like that nature. We really just want you to go to work and be quiet. If you can't do that, you gotta go. Like, they need to have that conversation and bring that person to reality. That acting like this tyrant is not actually what business ownership is about. Like, this person is immature in their mentality of business ownership, I'm telling you. They honestly feel like it's about walking around with your head in the clouds, like you're the boss, pointing people to what to do. I'm going to leave it right there, okay? Y'all come back for another one. Y'all come back for another one, y'all. Take care.